Well, moving on to the other big story that we're tracking today, it's a crucial day in the Supreme Court for activist Teesta Setalvad. The top court will hear the bail plea of Teesta and her husband Javed Anand in the case of alleged embezzlement of funds meant for the Ahmedabad's Gulbarg society that was devastated in the 2002 riots. On 13th of February, Setalvad and her husband were granted protection for 6 days by the Apex Court after the Gujarat Crime Branch issued an arrest warrant against them. Teesta had alleged that she was being victimized for taking on the Gujarat government in the 2002 riots cases. Setalvad had been charged with cheating, breach of trust and tax evasion. Charges relate to the construction of a museum of resistance in the aftermath of the 2002 communal riots in the Gulbarg society area of Ahmedabad. In 2002, a mob attacked the Gulbarg society and more than 60 people were killed or went missing, including former Congress Member of Parliament Ehsan Jaffrey.
Important day in court for activist Teesta Setalvad, who has been accused by the Gujarat police of cheating and criminal breach of trust. The Gujarat police is acting on a complaint filed by a relative of riot victims in the Gulbarg Society massacre of 2002. Now, the complainant has alleged that Teesta Setalvad and her husband went back on a promise of buying out their properties at the Gulbarg Society and building a museum there. They also claim that Teesta Setalvad and her husband raised funds for the construction of the museum, which they siphoned off for personal use. The defense's argument is that the Gujarat police is using these allegations to investigate the accounts of the two NGOs owned by Teesta and her husband from 2002 onwards, even though the idea of the museum came about and the idea was floated only in 2008. Another argument of the defense is that almost 70% of those who donated money towards those funds have come on record and said that they have no problem with the way Teesta and Javed have used their funds. The legal question here is that if none of the trustees and none of the donors have a problem with the way the money has been used, then whose trust has been breached and who has been cheated? Now, this is an important hearing in court. It's also important to note that it's been shifted out of the Court of Justice Mukhopadhyay and Sampada, who heard the matter last week. There's of course nothing on record, but there is speculation that the case has been shifted out after a scathing article by Supreme Court advocate Prashant Bhushan, who said that who condemned increasing social intercourse between politicians and the judiciary. He also pointed out that Prime Minister Narendra Modi had attended the weddings of the children of Justice Mukhopadhyay and Justice Sampada. This matter will now be heard by Justice Mishra and Justice Adarsh Goyal in the Supreme Court today.